Thank you for your contribution. I'm just starting off with a clear mascara on my eyebrows. This is called Super Mascara by RK. And then I'm going to continue with an Aveda Feed My Lips Pure Nourishment Lip Primer. Really moisturizes the lips. And is a base to whatever lipstick you'll be adding over it. And then I'm going to, I think, open up my, I need to take an angled eyeshadow brush. I'm going to open up my BK Christine Valmy Kit eyeshadow. And this is a nice autumn palette. I'm going to dip it into the olive green right here. And I'm just going to angle it outward into one spot on one eye and then another spot on the other eye because I have somewhat droopy eyelids. So we're going to do the effect of lengthening out the eye to make them seem less close together. And I'm just going to blend that in. You sure are. Just gonna look at that. See, it's already a better effect. And then what I'm going to do next is, since I already used that brush, I'm gonna put it over there somewhere and wash it later. You don't want to double dip into the eyeshadow palette. And I'm just going to take this light medium brown by RK Kiss eyebrow pencil. Looks like that. And I'm going to start doing my eyebrows by outlining the shape I want from the inner bottom of the eye. And I'm going to make the shape that I want. Angled. And deceivingly shouldery. just like that. And then I'm going to also pencil it in backwards to give the effect of more eyebrow hairs, darker hairs, more chiseled definition, more of that Western Aztec civilization vibe for that job interview. Because we're going for trying to actually fit in and get the job, folks. Alright, there we go. See the difference? If you're interested in buying one of my mom's paintings, please email me. Or look it up on Google. They're also for sale. Online, or you can email her directly. So look up Yelena Ned Art if you're interested in spending a few months' rent for us. That will help us ladies survive in this economy. So then I'm just going to get another brush. I want a blending brush like this. And I have so much eyeshadow palette. I just have so much eyeshadow. And I want it to be a little bit brighter because my eyes are pretty small. So I'm going to pick a color that's much brighter, like this yellow. Earwax color right here. I'm just going to dip that in there. And we're going to go ahead and try to open up my eye a little more without the use of surgery. And I'm going to bring it inward like this. And I'll blend it out. Nice fall candy corn, subdued interview makeup. And then I'm also going to take this brush and sweep it on the outer corner like that as well. And then I'm also going to take some of that pigment and put it underneath the eye, just to camouflage some more skin on the eyelid so that I feel more comfortable representing my unemployment and wanting to get hired on the job up in Manhattan. To take this eyeliner because I'm terrible at organizing, and it's the first one that appears. It's by L'Oreal Paris Matte Signa Tube Eyeliner. Traceur pour l'œil in French. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Underneath it says flammable until dry. Avoid heat or flame. So I'm just going to give that a nice shake. And I bought this at either Rite Aid, Walgreens, or CVS, a few blocks away from here on Kings Highway. And it's one that closed down post-COVID. So I asked them a few times if they were hiring. They told me to apply online, and they end up closing down. I'm just going to go ahead and outline my eye and do a little bat eyeliner thing there, like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Ladies and gents, you already know how to apply your own eyeliner to the way that suits you. And it's going to look like that. And now that I have my eyeliner on, I'm going to take foundation. Actually, I have oily skin, so I'm going to take this powder brush, Multitask Brush by RT number 407. All right then. And I'm going to dip it into my Crown 6 color pressed powder foundation palette. And it's got my fingerprints all over it. And it has these 6 colors for almost all skin tones. But remember, don't overthink the color of your foundation because everything is fake, folks. This is art. We're not trying to match it to the same skin tone exactly. We're trying to get the job. So I'm going to contour a little bit. I'm going to dip it into the darkest skin tone. I'm going to dip it in there real well. And we're just diving right in. I'm going to contour. I'm going to look at the shape of my face. So when I look at the shape of my face on a digital screen, it seems incredibly uneven. When I look at it in the mirror, it seems even more realistic point of view for myself. But we're trying to get a realistic point of view for the party that will be potentially hiring me. So what I'm going to do is, because I have a strong jawline and a pear-shaped face where my jaw is actually bigger than the size of my forehead, visually speaking, is I'm going to apply this darker tone all over the chin, under the nose, and we're going to cover that drooping under chin thing, like camouflaging it with that darker skin tone. Just like that. Kind of doing like slightly like a beard or something. It's going to take away that extra length on the face as well for that fire city that you're trying to get hired in as a longer lady. And I'm also going to chop off some of the bottom of my nose because I have a long nose. I'm just going to add some color underneath like that. So I'm shortening and making everything more approachable looking using makeup. And then because I have a smaller forehead, I'm going to actually dip this. I am double dipping into this, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to use a different brush. And I'll save this to blend it all in afterwards. I'll save that for later. And then I'll take a new brush. This is by Urban Studio. Who cares where it's really from? It's a brush that works for the effect that we're trying to give. I'm just going to dip it into this lightest color here. We're going to do the forehead. Let's do the forehead. To make my forehead seem more balanced, slightly bigger, more serious looking. And we're going to blend all of that together using both brushes. So I'm going to put some of that pigment closer to my ear. And we're going to do some more chiseled cheekbone effect by putting that darker color on the lower side of the cheek only. looks like that. So we're making this part look smaller and this part look bigger. Okay. So put those brushes away. Now you're going to pick up a new brush. So I'm picking up a dual-sided Wish.com blush brush. And I'm dipping it into that BH Cosmetics Glowing in Grease 6-color blush and highlighter palette. And I'm dipping it into, because this is an interview, it needs to be a little bit more subtle, right? This Mykonos color, which is like a light salmon. And we're just going to do before the pupil, all over the cheekbone, but on the top half. To give that conservative corporate effect of I'm serious about this job. All right, so then you're going to put that away, and then you're going to get I have this red BSN lip and eyeliner in P07 red, and I have to sharpen it a little bit. So I'm going to use my Goldfish sharpener and sharpen it to make it look bolder. And I'm going to outline my natural lip shape. Now, because the top half, the top part of my lip is smaller, I'm going to overline a little bit. Just a little bit. And looks like that. But I'm also going to fill it in. I'm going to fill my lips in more because I'm feeling antsy and desperate about getting a job. And this interview at this point feels rather competitive and silly. So I'm going to make it a little bolder because New York is just acting dreadful when it comes to employment right now. It has become a downright almost impossible place to live. So this is the lip liner. And then I'm going to take this lipstick that I have also by BSN here, and the color is number 20, Beauty Sense of New York Ink period USA, stained pink 20, stained pink, vitamin E and long lasting BSN cheap $3 lipstick. We have that Aveda base. Now we apply the cheap lipstick from National Wholesale Liquidators, where I used to work as a cashier. Straight out of the tube, just apply it on your lips. Being all the way yourself. The powerful, feminine supporter female that you are. Despite all the bullshit, you can do this. You can get the job. You can get laid correctly. Just kidding. That you probably can't do. Unless really men step up to the plate. But it seems like they're dying. So pack that lipstick on. And there you go. that's how I'll be going to the interview. See you in Manhattan or